If you feel threatened in a dark stairwell, there was no threat to you, there was no threat to your partner. You entered a stairwell where people lived. It could have been a grandmother, it could have been a daughter, it could have been just anybody. First of all, Peter Liang's mistake was entering that stairwell with his finger on the trigger. Nature did not pull the trigger. Peter Liang did.
Yep.
Number two, his second mistake was going back into that stairwell to look for the bullet and the casing of the gun to get the cover-up together. Number three, because I'm going to run it down to you. Number three is where after they walked out, after he heard somebody moaning or crying or whatever sound he heard, because his partner didn't hear what he heard. My nephew, Akai Gurley, got shot. Now, if you're in a very small hallway, stairwell, whatever you want to call it, and you discharge your weapon recklessly, 9 times out of 10, it is going to ricochet. 9 times out of 10, it's going to hit someone. So if you have your finger on the trigger and you said it's in a downward position, you're on the 8th floor. Akai is coming out the hallway on the 7th floor. You have to have your gun like that. Finger on the trigger, okay? The district attorney, his office proved that. The evidence proved that. While they're walking down, fact number 4 now, as they got down to the 5th floor, they saw Akai. CPR is being administered via cell phone or house phone, whatever phone it was. Peter Liang and his partner Shauna now walked around my nephew's body, in his blood, in his urine, to get to the 4th floor. Fact 5, he didn't look, he didn't try to administer, he was too afraid and too paranoid or too shaken up. The young lady that was administering CPR, she didn't know what she was doing, she wasn't trained. Peter Liang, Shauna now, he's trained. They were, in order for them to graduate from that academy, they had to have been trained. Whether it was 2 minutes on the dummy, 3 minutes on the dummy, or 1 minute on the dummy. Not only that, number 6, even if you weren't trained in CPR, you took an oath to serve and protect. You saw a human being laying on the ground. You saw a human being that the weapon that you discharged recklessly in his chest. The right thing for Peter Liang and Sean Landau to have done, attend to the dying man. That dying man was my nephew. That dying man was my niece's father. That dying man was my sister's son. That dying man was a human. In all things, we are all human first. It's not about skin color. It's not about race, color, nor creed. It's all about being human. Whether you had training or not, it's a life that you took. So therefore, it was not an accident. It was not an accident. Had it been an accident, he would have attended or rendered some type of aid. He did not. It's not what happened prior, it's what happened afterwards. It's what happened afterwards. His attorney don't get it. On top of that, he was tried and convicted by a jury of his peers. End of my comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Woo! This is when I drop my...
They keep killing us all. I wanna live
I wanna live. Don't know how I can survive.
All lives will matter.